What the heck are you doing out here, Sue?
Better questions. What are you doing out here?
Well, I'm enjoying myself. I'm an RVer and I'm retired.
Yeah, well, I've got a bear of a boss. And I'm actually editing our part 2 of our Glacier National Park visit.
Huh.
So you might ask, why part 2? We usually don't do that. But Glacier Park is, well, it's big. So part 1 handled staying at one of the lodges on the east side and a lot of other things going on there. But part 2 is when we actually go up to Two Medicine Lake, a nice little secluded, not many people visit there, beautiful. But then the main thing is we go up to St. Mary and we go in through the east entrance, and that's how we get to Going to the Sun Road. But that's also how we find out if our passes worked for entry.
Right. And this is where our friends Pat and Paul actually saved my man card by driving us on the Going to the Sun highway.
Oh, that
whereas
was nice.
I would have been reduced to a crying little baby in tears and would not have been able to do it. So that's good.
Indeed. So, okay, leave me alone. Like I
Okay.
said, I got a bear of a boss. I got work to do.
Okay, come on, Sue, wrap this thing up so we can have some fun.
Oh my God. That's my line. Wrap it up. Wrap it up right now. We're with our friends Pat and Paul, who have been in Glacier National Park many times on their motorcycles, and we're lucky to have them as our personal tour guides. We're now leaving Glacier Park Lodge on the southeast corner outside of Glacier National Park. So an adventure day today. We're at Glacier National Park, and we're going to actually take road to the highway to the sun today, wind our way through slowly. But first we're stopping at Medicine, what is this?
We're at the Two Medicine
area.
A little offshoot of the roadway that eventually is going to take us to the highway to the sun. I mean, pan around slow, Sue, in back of us to show there's basically like 3 or 4 major different rock formations.
Yeah.
It is so breathtakingly beautiful.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's some smoke from some of the fires that are in some of the other states, and in addition to the fact that it's relatively early for the OJiM channel to be out of bed here. What is it?
We made it. I don't know. Look at the time.
8:30.
Squeeze it
Squeeze it.
on both sides. Okay.
Oh no.
Let me squeeze my Fitbit.
Oh, sorry.
9:20. So it's
9:20.
not that early, but yeah.
We were at breakfast at 7.
We were at breakfast.
Yeah.
So this is how we're starting our day and adventure in Glacier National Park. I love the way the mountains just come straight down into the water. This is, once again, photos and pictures don't capture it.
You got that right.
Two Medicine Lake is located inside Glacier National Park, and the locals call it Secret Valley because it's the quiet side of Glacier National Park, and because there are fewer crowds, which means there's a greater chance of viewing wildlife, and it's easy to find seclusion on this 3-mile-long glacially carved lake. Plus, there's a lot to do here. You can rent all kinds of different boats or take a scenic boat tour. And there's at least a dozen different trails to explore. And now onto St. Mary entrance into the park and onto Going to the Sun Road. Here's our reservation.
Yeah, when I get up
Did we
there.
go past the famous sign? Okay, we got
Right
this
here.
sign.
We got the sign. Here you are.
And here's where they check to see if you have that $2 entry pass for the Going to the Sun Road. We didn't have that, But all we had to do was show our reservation for the Lake McDonald Lodge, which is inside the park over on the west side. It was pretty easy.
Hello.
You have a going to the road, so ticket.
She's got it with our hotel reservation for
And
McDonald.
And you're staying at Lake McDonald?
Yeah.
Cool. You guys are good.
Okay.
Choose your green light.
Okay. Okay, but I still need to show the
You
pass.
need to show the park pass with your ID.
Okay. Thank you.
We didn't check that too.
Well, but if you got something to show them and you're showing them something bogus
Yeah.
and you get caught, that's not going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Would you like a map or a guide?
Yes, please. Thank you.
The park and visitor centers your next right.
All right.
Well, that was painless.
Yeah.
All that trepidation we had over
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And we're on our way along the Going to the Sun Road. We're heading up to Logan Pass, which is the highest point on this road at over 6,600 feet.
Right now, up around this corner is where you see that island that's out. That's always in the picture. Not a very big island, but it's out in there. You may not be able to see
Yeah,
it
the
because of all the trees.
Yep, well.
That's it. That's Wild Goose Island.
So there'd be a spot up there.
Yeah. We'll pull over. You need to have that in your video. You need to have that.
Yeah.
So we pulled over because we hear the iconic island. What was it? Goose Island? Is somewhere around here. Oh. Follow Mark. So as we're driving in, we're commenting how hazy it is. Combination, perhaps, time of day, the haze, but really there are fires in Oregon, and that's probably the main thing that's causing this. Not too clear, but there is the iconic Goose Island. Wow, nice. Oh my God.
It was worth it. If you're wondering, it was worth it.
It was.
See the mountains in the background and the
Yeah.
snow. Normally that would be pretty much all white and clear.
Yeah.
We've got another view. We went a little bit further down the road. Catch the island. What a misty day. Almost eerie. And this was a really nice turnout. There seemed to be plenty of turnouts all along the way.
So Sue and I were going to take the red bus, and instead we're taking the gray Jeep
Our personal tour guide.
driven by professional driver Paul and his lovely navigators.
Sidekick.
Yeah, Pat. And in the distance, if I turn around quick, you can see going down the roadway is a red bus. One red bus just passed us, and that's the key. The buses pass you. The buses pack you in like sardines, 20. If that's your only option, that's a great option. We had this option, but they blow by us and they just stop at the major things like the top of the Logan'S Pass, this is called. So we're glad we got this one here, the gray,
We get our
the gray
stops.
Jeep. He's available. I'll put the phone number down in the bottom here, and you can contract
I
him.
think so. Here we've got the glacier waters coming down. Look how high they go. It's pretty amazing.
So this is the pro tip when you're old like me. I'm looking up here, and I'm invigorated with finally the smell of the pines that I was waiting for. And I looked over by Sue, who was back about 3 feet, and I was ready to take a step forward, and I thought, oh yeah, pro tip, Mark, you're old. I looked down, I would have fell over this.
Oh my gosh.
And then I would have tripped, And hopefully Sue's professional enough by now on the channel that she would have got me all the way down and stopped the camera before she said, Mark, are you all right? So, okay, did you learn from that, Sue?
Got it.
Good.
Got it.
Man, oh man. I love how it smells around here. All the pine cone smell and everything. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering, is it me? Because, you know, I do use Dr. Squatch pine tar soap. And this is not an endorsement, but I really do like it, you know.
I like it too when you use it.
Yeah. With the Dutch Star. Do you?
Well, we don't go through many tunnels with the Dutch Star, but we always blew the horn when we went through on our Harleys.
It's a guy thing, honey.
All right, you can tell we're in higher altitude. My Lay's bag is a pillow. It's a pillow now. Sweet.
When you get going down the grade after we leave the visitor center, there's places where the road is, I mean, this is kind of tight, but there's places over there where it's a lot tighter.
Oh, really?
Off to your right.
Oh,
Slow down, Paul.
Not that much. Is there anybody behind us?
No, we're good. I better go. There's somebody coming up there.
There you go.
It's a guy thing.
Oh, here's somebody coming down on a bicycle.
Wow.
You won't have to do much pedaling to get to St. Mary's.
No, just have to have some good grades.
Another one.
And there is bicycling on the Going to the Sun Road. Actually, the bicycle season launches mid-April when the plows have cleared the road of snow. And in the spring, this famous road is closed to cars and perfect for biking. As spring plowing progresses further into the Alpine, riders push higher and higher each week, and usually by late May or early June, cyclists can usually reach the Logan Pass. And in summer, as a way of easing congestion, there are restrictions that have been put in place between June 15th and Labor Day. And in most areas, bicycle traffic during that time is prohibited between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m., which is smart. Riding the Sun Road obviously really requires stamina, but I wonder how it would be on an e-bike, hoping that the batteries at least get you to the top. And depending on launch points, you could do like 16 to 32 miles of pedaling to reach the Logan Pass. But either direction crams most of the uphill pedaling into 12 miles at a steady 6% grade. That seems like a lot, but more so, it's being that close to the edge with just one bump. And well, I think I would love to do this in the spring with no vehicles on the road. I really would.
Parking way to the right there. I mean, way to the left. The pickup.
right here.
Yeah, it almost looked like that.
Well, we were told it would be pretty packed. They were correct. This is how we do it.
So I just discovered something, honey. Yeah. Is that I am smarter than the average bear. Because I went like this at first, and then I pushed on this that doesn't work, and then I figured the button out.
Good job,
Kidneys.
This is Mark's kind of hiking up the mountain. Nicely paved. Even has handrails if you need them.
Just a pro tip when you come to Glacier Park is if you come with a glass and some, flavored liquid, you could probably make some snow cones up there.
God, Mark.
No, I mean, come on. Really, you could, couldn't you?
Literally
Yeah.
snow cones. Next time, honey, next time. So we're at the trailhead now. It's closed from the overlook to protect bear fishing, for spawning. Oh.
It was closed last time.
Mile and a half?
Yeah, it'd be 3 miles. We're coming back.
Honey,
Real pretty views are from down here.
honey, this is a video. Why don't we just edit it and lie and say we went?
Say that we did.
Yeah.
7,140 feet in elevation. Are you gamed? You want to go?
Where?
From Logan's Pass up to the overlook. It's 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
Want to do it?
Where are we right now?
Right here. 1.5 miles.
What?
Boink.
I'm tired and I just went from the car to the question mark.
Oh God, Mark. Marco.
1.5 miles is up by that grave blotch up there.
The mound.
Honey, I was going to go to the Hidden Lake area and put a 20-mile hike in, but I don't think we should do it.
Oh, come on, Mark.
Hey, look at how tasty I would be for a bear.
You would be tasty.
Yeah, add a little sauce.
Get 2 meals out of you.
And yet he's going. All right, I lost Paul and Pat back there. The bugs were pretty bad and the mosquitoes in the tree areas. And then we kept walking up the boardwalk, and now I just lost Mark, so I think it's time for me to turn around or I'll lose my party. Beautiful up here though. Wow. Back I go.
Because of the haze, I'm sure this is really hard to...
Doesn't capture it.
Yeah.
Maybe you need some of this.
I think that'll do it.
All right, mountain goat sighting.
You know, if the famous restaurant that we all know and love and stop at, McDonald's, ever goes bankrupt, you know what the headline would be?
The Lake McDonald Lodge is a historic classic Swiss chalet-style lodge located 10 miles within the west side of the Glacier National Park, and it's on the shore of Lake McDonald. The lodge is a 3.5-story structure which was built in 1913. And it has a massive fireplace and a concrete floor scored in a flagstone pattern with messages in several Indian languages inscribed in it.
Gives you an idea how big it is. 6'6".
6'6", right?
All right, 6 foot.
Yeah.
All right, 5'8". Please, don't out me right on the channel.
So unfortunately, the dining room is closed. They do have carryout. Looks like it'd be really charming, though. Too bad. No. So if you like, you can do a scenic boat tour, boat rentals. Paddle boarding going on out here. So this is where we just were at the lodge, and we're actually renting a cabin. We happen to be in number 1A. Cute little cabin. It's got a great view of the lake out there. It'd be better if it weren't so misty. But let's show you what these cabins look like. I think there's like about 14 of them. So here we are in one. We're in 1A. It's even got the modern locks on. Well, I see you've made yourself at home, Mr. Chandler.
I'm just pre-testing it to make sure it's okay.
Boy, look at this. This is totally updated. I mean, it looks like a log cabin on the outside, but
Yeah.
it really is nice. Got a closet. This bathroom's been redone big time. Check out that shower. Wow. Very nice.
And what this did was this allowed us to travel this morning, literally from, in the neighborhood of 8:30, 9 o'clock. We were on the road in the park.
Mm-hmm.
We experienced the whole going to the sun ride.
Yeah, from the East Glacier, now we're in
And
West
we
Glacier.
went all the way to the Logan'S Pass, which apparently is the peak. And we've continued on down now to the McDonald Lodge. And the plan is, and that was only because we were staying here in the park. We had a pass that we weren't certain that we'd be able to get. And now tomorrow, we're going to do the same trip in reverse because it's so fantastic. It's sensory overload.
Yeah.
Too much to see, and we're looking this way.
It's a different perspective, big time.
Right.
To go the other way. Yeah. So anyways, this is where we're at. We're actually in the park right now. Mm-hmm. The place we're at was the lodge was outside the park. So something I should mention is televisions, air conditioning, and elevators are not available. Televisions are available only in the suites. We had a 2-hole outlet in the other lodge. This one actually has a 3-hole with a grounding. That's a bonus. The next day, we're heading back up to Logan's Pass from the west side. Now, I don't know about you, but we find that if you go the same road, but in the other direction, it usually gives you a different view and is worth the ride back on the same road. This time we decided to stop for this tunnel and walk back to check out the windows. And once again, there's an awesome turnout.
Sue, you didn't bring your camera.
I didn't. No, I figured you would take care of it. Woo, this makes me a little dizzy.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, do you think we can go through the tunnel to go to the window, or is that...
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I will. I thought I have never stopped and looked through the window, so I thought I'd come back and do it too.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay. So if it's not correct, all three of us will be dead.
Oh, good.
All right, so here's the tunnel. You'll watch in back, honey. I'll do in front.
I've got my red on. Hopefully they'll see us. See the waterfall to the left?
There's
Oh, yeah.
the big wall.
Yeah.
Of
Wow.
course, to be confused with the Wailing Wall.
The
Yeah.
wailing wall, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that is cool. It's like a-
So this is kind of a poor man's Zion, because the tunnels in Zion, you drive through, and periodically there's a hole, and I believe through the hole is where they would shove the debris from the previous tunneling activity. That might very well be what this is. Wow.
Round goes back to where we were staying.
So I think the key takeaway here is, remember, we're looking at Glacier National Park, and there's virtually no glaciers. So this will give you a little bit of an idea on the grandeur here. If you watch up here, I'm going to follow this river all the way down, and it's melted glacier water that comes all the way down this ravine. And Pat and Paul, who have been here many times on their motorcycles going both directions, said that there is virtually no snow here anymore, and the amount of water that we're talking about is minuscule, and that's where it's going. Unbelievable beauty. And there's the road that we're going to be going back on, and instead of renting the red bus, we have the gray Jeep.
Private tour.
But I do have a red girl.
And we're back at Logan's Pass, and the parking hasn't gotten any better, but our intention was to use their restrooms and just turn around. Well, we'll see how that goes.
The bathroom line is non-existent, so
We're going there, right there.
yeah.
This is just insane. Well, it is 10 o'clock, so,
Yeah.
but,
We're all bailing, Paul.
all right.
you, Paul.
You're on your own. Thanks for the ride.
Yep. Pat, if I can't find a place to park, I want you to come and drive with the circle while I go.
So Paul drove around, and once he made his way back, Pat and I jumped in the Jeep, and Mark decided to stay with Paul. This was crazy.
Should have cleaned those bathrooms at 6 o'clock this morning.
Oops, wrong one. And now it's our turn to drive around.
I have to go in and pick my husband up. He's just going to the restroom. Yes.
Thank you.
I'll just circle and wait over there.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, we'll just park over there because there won't be vehicles
Nobody's
moving
coming
around.
through. Yeah. So they closed the parking lot just as we were coming up, and Pat sweet talked her, my husband's over there. I've got to pick him up. Parking lot has been officially closed, as is the bathroom. No worries.
We're just, yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
And now we had to move because the honey wagon showed up. So here we go again. Sheesh. But at least we were smart enough to just zigzag back and forth instead of leaving the parking lot. Yep, the honey wagon showed up.
Oh, there, they must have gone to the top bathroom.
Oh. And finally, we're ready to get back on the road. But this does show you how busy the Going to the Sun road is, even with the passes in effect.
Now, this is the last 2 times over 6 years that this has been like this. And
Is it the time of year, you think?
well, it's always this time of the year because it's
Yeah.
closed. It's open such a short time.
Yeah.
But I mean, if this is the new experience, I'm going to be content with remembering the trip I
Memories,
made
yeah.
in 200007.
Yeah.
And
Well, I'm glad we're part of your
Yeah.
Well,
final
yeah.
adventure.
I mean,
Thank you for taking us.
I mean, it's not. This is. I mean, it's not like it's intolerable.
We're
Then
on a lot of
that's-
final adventures together.
We are. And you know
Yeah, and there's not many cars at all.
You're not going to get it.
No.
No.
So what time is it?
11:36.
11:36, and here's the entrance. Not too bad on a Monday morning.
Right.
And maybe that's the key, Monday morning.
If you see this roadway here, this is the first checkpoint where if you don't pass muster here, they don't let you pass here.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
need that $2 pass
Yeah.
to get up to the
reservations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there must be one of these must be a road where you can drive, turn around, and come back when they shoo you out of here.
So in the summer of 2021, you did need a $2 pass to get onto the road to the sun. And I'm not really sure how it's going to be next year.
This is officially the end of our Glacier Park trip for everything except the memories.
There you go.
Right. Except Sue and I actually will be able to remember it somewhere between 30 and 40 times while we're editing. The
While
video.
we're editing, yeah. It'll be burned in our memory.